to the Evil Empire. I'm your host, Evil Empire, and this week's feature is Green White Yorion. So, this is a Sky Noodle deck that is in the colors of green and white. It has a lot going for it. It is definitely something that kind of off meta, off of the beaten track type of brew. But if you enjoy that type of thing, which I know many viewers of the Historic Weekly feature do, then you should totally check out this week's deck. It is going to be a lot of fun. Before we dive into the mechanics of the deck and how it all works, I just wanted to take a moment to ask you to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, take a moment to support the content that you love every week. And you know what? Just save yourself the hassle of having to go find it. Let YouTube flag you with the notification that I have posted the feature for this week. So, having said that, we'll take care of business and move on to the deck this week, and we have a doozy for you. So, we got this one from, I actually had it from Airball, who said that he got it from Aaron Gertler. And Aaron Gertler recently tweeted that he's retiring from streaming, more or less, with a kind of an open-ended, if he wants to come back, he might, but he doesn't anticipate any content in the near future, as the tweet said. So I'm playing this one in memoriam for Aaron Gertler, for Little Beep, the champion of DreamHack in Anaheim, with his famous Teamer Adventures deck that he really popularized, although, of course, the archetype had been around for some time. It was at that point that it broke into the tournament scene. And so I think, in particular, wanted to just play this one to send him off right, and hope that he is enjoying everything that he's doing non-magic related these days. So we have a green-white blink deck that is trying to get into some pretty heady loops and trying to figure out how to basically infinitely blink Yorion and the rest of your team. Especially my favorite blink target in the deck is Skyclave Apparition. You know, giving them back the token seems like it would be a problem, but since we have these gigantic creatures, for example, Essica's Chariot makes a bunch of creatures, Yorion is a 4/5, Tolsimir to some extent can block some of the smaller tokens that we might give the opponent, Yasharn, the list goes on, Thragtusk, which is a fantastic blink target, by the way. And so we have also a number of other great blink targets. Some other ones that would include Charming Prince, because that one can especially loop with Yorion, or you can just blink something on your own turn if you need to. You have, of course, Thraben Inspector is a blink target. Wall of Blossoms is a blink target. Llanowar Visionary, Elite Spellbinder, so you're not really lacking for targets. Yasharn, Essica's Chariot. This Tolsimir could also be a fantastic blink target against something like a mono red deck. So overall, just a bunch of blink targets. And then as far as our ways to enable the blink, we have enablers such as the Great Ephemerate, which gives you 2 blinks for the price of 1 white mana. Once when you instant speed do it, perhaps in response to a removal spell. That's a great way to use Ephemerate as a way to blink out your creature, prevent it from getting fatal pushed or what have you. And then also you get a rebound of Ephemerate, so you get to cast it again on your upkeep for free, and that can turn into a lot of value that way, so we really love Ephemerate. And then the other blink enablers in the deck, I added 2 Teleportation Circle by getting rid of 1 Essica's Chariot, 1 Yasharn. This, of course, from the new D&D core set. And then we also have our great blink enabler, Yorion, the Sky Noodle, or as Covert Go Blue calls it, Yorion. And that card in particular is really powerful because it can blink out your whole team at once. And then you get all of those triggers coming back on the end step. We can also get into a bunch of loops with Yorion, where we're looping it with the Skyclave, with Charming Prince, or with itself, or other ways. And then once we're starting to loop Yorion, we're just getting constant value turn after turn, and that's where it really turns into a problem for many opponents who just can't keep up with like 5 or 6 Skyclave Apparitions in the course of a game. So that's really the deck, and I hope that you enjoyed this week's video. If you do, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm having a ton of fun in low diamond, so let's go to historic ranked. Thanks for... Yeah, that seems like a good hand. I'm going to keep that. First game with green-white Yorion. Yorion! Yep, shout out to Airball for suggesting this deck when he and I were preparing for the Team Trios tournament last month. Deck that he saw Little Beep, Aaron Gertler play, so playing this in honor of Aaron Gertler's retirement or whatever break you'll say. Fight me about it in the comments. That he announced last week. So, opponent leads on Steam Vents, Faithless Looting discards 2 Pillar of Flames. I'm going to lead on Plains. Opponent with 2 mana goes for Sprite Dragon. So Dorak gets in. I'm gonna play Wall of Blossoms, pass it back. Opponent has 3rd mana and Opt. Throws the Sprite Dragon. Sprite Dragon gets in for 2. And I'm down to 17. Chart of Course, post combat's a straight draw 2. Dorak goes to 3/3. Alright, so Branchloft Pathway, Skyclave Apparition. Apparition takes out Dorak. Okay, next Sprite Dragon. Faithless Looting. Dorat's a 2/2. Discards Faithless Looting, Spire Bluff Canal. Plays Mountain. Alright, yeah, that's unfortunate. We really needed Skyclave to stick around for Teleportation Circle's sake. Alright, so this turn, I want to get down a Yasharn. Do that over Teleportation Circle, just because I need the body here to block the 2/2. Next turn is Yorion. Expressive Iteration. Dorak goes to 4/4. Really can't afford to take this hit. Well, really needed that Skyclave to stick around. Alright, well I can still pull this out. I have Swag Dad next turn, and then Yorion after that. But I might be thinking about Tolsimir. Alright, anyway. So discards the fourth Faithless Looting. Discarding Pyromancer and another land. Dorak gets us for 5 down to 9. So Swag Dad, get back up to 14. Laps? I don't think they run laps. Alright, so Thragtusk is down, but can we get a blink on it? Attack with Yasharn. The opponent's down to 14. Flashback Faithless Looting. Sprite Dragon a 6/6. Feels bad. Alright, so there's the Phoenix together with another Pyromancer. Do they have another pair of spells? What do you want to bet they do? What do you want to bet they do? Yeah, I think I'm just not going to survive this. Oh, okay. So, Stormwing is interesting. Pressures us to do the Tolsimir. Otherwise, they're attacking with 2 Gigantic Flyers next turn. Down to 8. Taking 6 off their Sprite Dragon. So, gonna Tolsimir away the Stormwing. Abundant Harvest, named non-land. So Thragtusk gets blocked, Yorion gets in, the opponent down to 10. Or just take it all, opponent down to 5. Alright, so the question is, do I survive this turn? Did I make the wrong decision by not blinking the Thragtusk? Discarding a Spray Dragon. Pays the life. Oh, alright, so they're gonna have the, yeah. They'll have lethal with Phoenix, because of course they have one more 1-mana spell. Doesn't really matter what it is, it's something. Whether it's Pillar of Flame, I'm dead. Brainstorm, I die. What could they have that kills Tolsimir? Ah, okay. Lightning Axe. Discarding Brainstorm. Yeah, it was kind of, didn't really matter which one they chose there. And just swing for 13. Or sorry, for 12. Yeah, so I guess blinking Thragtusk was the right play there. Yep. Yep. Keep. Easy keep. Snap keep. Sneep it. So Llanowar Elves is going to help us break serve on the opponent. Opponent plays Stomping Ground tapped. I'm going to lead on Llanowar Elves. The Forest is the way to play it. Opponent's got a Crag Crown and a BTE. So some kind of Gruul nonsense. Double BTE. Into Viashino. So my life total at 18. I don't think I'm going to pay here. I think it's just going to come in tapped. Play out the Wall of Blossoms as a blocker. Draw Llanowar Visionary. Yeah, okay. I would have rather probably played out Visionary if I had it, but what can you do? What can you do? So choice next turn is between Visionary and Charming Prince. Opponent's just going to get in with everything. Alright, so I'll take 4. A lot more if they have a Tarkus command. Don't tase me. I don't want this. Just 4. Just 4. Just go to damage for 4. This is not that complicated. If you have it, cast it. Ah, take 9. Alright, 4 mana. Just emergency life gain, basically. Abundant Harvest. Target non-land. Choose non-land, rather. Leave everything up for blocking purpose. Everybody's on deck for blocking this turn. Maybe not the Llanowar Elves. Need that for being able to Yorion next turn. Or maybe it's Tolsimir into Yorion. Maybe that's the play. Alright, so opponent's still on 2 mana. Alright, shocks away. Charming Prince. Take 4? Looks like. Go to 8. My next turn is going to be Passage Tolsimir. Grab another white mana. And play the Friend to Wolves. And he, of course, brings his Voja friend. friend to elves. Yeah, it's not a card that sees a ton of play. The Tulsimir. But it's gonna be a sweet blank target here. Make another wolf token. After I get rid of this BTE. Opponent is sticking for a long time. Is this just straight salt? Oh no, okay, there is a Wizard's Lightning in there after all. So I gain the life regardless, but they do keep their creature. Alright, attacking again. Oh my gosh. 2 mana for 5 extra damage. Seems fine. Seems like a good deal for you, opponent. Alright. Draven Inspector. Yorion. Blink all the things. Don't even bother attacking, because who cares? Triple blink on Inspector, Tulsimir, and the Wall of Blossoms. So get 3 triggers on the rebound here. So I get to get rid of a BTE, gain a few life points, draw a card, make another clue. Alright. Kind of dead to, like, Shock and another Wizard's Lightning. I probably should have taken out the Pyromancer, because that's the wizard of the crew. Hunted. Alright, Charming Prince, emergency, more life gain. Just need it. Or maybe Charming Prince, blink Tulsimir, post attacks. I think that's the play. But what attacks? Is it just Yorion? Yorion and Voja, maybe? I like Yorion and Voja. Yeah, so get in for 7. See what the opponent says about it. Nothing. Opponent says nothing about it? Okay. So then. Charming Prince, Tulsimir. Bring it back. Get rid of a creature. At the blink at the end step. I will have 8 to be able to buy Yorion and play it next turn. So we'll see what I draw. Another Wizard's Lightning. What's it targeting? Oh, man. Should have just gained the life. Whatever. At least they're using their burn on my creatures. Just gotta keep them doing that. I do have mana to crack a clue here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Probably draw another land. Alright, well, Llanowar Elves is also a bad top deck. Alright, so 3 land and Llanowar Elves on top of our deck feels pretty bad. Actually, I think I'm just going to draw rather than play Yorion this turn. Alright, Apparition's really good. And maybe then buy Yorion once that's taken care of. Alright, this time get rid of the Pyromancer. That's the actual problem here. Buy this into hand. I think. Do it post-combat. Get Voja in, get Yorion in. Yeah, Charming Prince can get in too, like, it's fine. And maybe then post-combat is when to buy Yorion. I think that might be the better course. Yeah, what do you say, opponent? You got a Bone Crusher Giant or something for my face? Buy that. Oh, they did have Stomp for face. Oh, that's funny. Alright. What's it gonna be, opponent? You got those last 3 points or what? Nope, sadly just the last 2 points. opponent is Audi 5000. Alright, that's game. Yeah, that's a snap keep. I just see Llanowar Elves and green mana, and that's all I need to know. Alright. So this is going to go, I think, Scattered Grove. And then Wall of Blossoms to just get a card into hand here. Alright, so Visionary, Blink the Visionary is a possible next turn. I think that's what I like for next turn. I'll have access to 4 mana. And then it's either Visionary Abundant Harvest or Visionary Ephemerate. And I think Ephemerate's going to be the play. Oh my. I guess Llanowar Elves in the play is just too much for some folk. Yeah. It's going to be a bit of a question. Can we play the Skyclave app? Like, will we get double white, in other words? Opponent looks to be Speaker of the Heavens mono white, or perhaps the green white Company Angels. Spellbinder, we'll find out. Company Angels, take a Johnny. Make it cost 6 now.
I have let my friends down.
Branch Loft. Youthful Valkyrie, attack with Speaker, no block. Scattered Grove, okay. Scattered Grove is good. That'll get us to second white. I'm going to go ahead and use Charming Prince to blink the Spellbinder, I believe. Exile the Spellbinder. Bring it back. See what they had. Abundant Harvest, say non-land. Some thought to saying land here, but we're already at 5 mana. Alright, so take Authority of the Consuls. And now I'm locked into Skyclave app, followed by Teleportation Circle. I'm gonna take, I think, 2 here. Does depend what they do, yeah. Play out Youthful Valkyrie. Don't attack. Okay, that's interesting. Play the Skyclave app. Take the 4/2. Green mana down. No attack. Alright. Youthful Valkyrie. 2/4. Not getting in. Why are they not attacking? Whatever. Teleportation Circle is the play for this turn. Not attacking, so I'm just going to do it now. And then blink out the Skyclave, give them a 2/2, get their 2/4. It could also Yorion. And Yorion's way better. So blink all the things. It all comes back. Let's do the Skyclave app, I guess. Let it come back at the end of the next turn. There's a lot of thought to giving that blink to Yorion and just doing the whole team back out, but then they're not going to come in until end of my following turn. I don't know. Maybe that was the play, but... Alright, so opponent can't really do too much with the 2/2s. They don't really help out a ton. So, okay, Authority of the Consuls means they don't really have anything in hand that's good. Okay, get rid of Authority of the Consuls. And now I can just Teleportation Circle, targeting Skyclave Apparition all day. Cycle Scattered Groves, draw Forest, play Teleportation Circle, do it post-combat. blink Skyclave Apparition. So I guess this will be the 4th one when it comes back. Oh, we're gonna blink the Spellbinder. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what they have. Can't be anything too good. Oh well. All right. Make that cost their whole turn at least. So Resplendent Angel costs 5. Doesn't do a whole lot when it comes in. A little bit shy, 1 mana shy of buying and playing Yorion, but the Charming Prince is a good pickup. I think I would rather just maybe attack with Yorion, see what they do. And then Charming Prince whatever is left, or whatever kind of feels right when I'm done. Elite Spellbinder is a bad attacker here, so we're going to leave it back, but Yorion's pretty good. They would have to give me a trade, and I would probably take Resplendent Angel. And I have another Yorion here, so it's like not a huge deal to lose it to this double. I think they take the double, right? No. No double. Okay, fine. Then I guess what we'll do is Charming Prince, exile Apparition, exile Yorion. Okay. Yeah, that's better. And then just buy Yorion. Stack it so that I can Teleportation Circle first. That's important. Then I want to have Apparition around when Yorion comes back so that it comes in on their end step. They get a 1/1 token. I take their Resplendent Angel, so no shenanigans with that. Yorion, and I'm going to blink the Charming Prince and the Apparition. Alright, opponent says that's enough. Cool. Alright, I just realized this is turn 2 elves instead of turn 1 elves, but whatever. Alright, so sad Llanowar elves. Luckily, the opponent has had their worst possible start with no mana accelerant yet. So Dwennan's Elite makes a 1/1. Gonna go ahead and Skyclave app. Get rid of this Shepherd. Can make their stuff big later. And a 3rd Forest for Archdruid. Attack with 5, take 5. Down to 15. And I'm going to crack the Passage. Go grab a green mana. Charming Prince is the draw. Wall of Blossoms is the play. Into Charming Prince. Blink out the Apparition. And target the Archdruid on the return. So opponent gets a 1/1 token. And Elvish Archdruid is off the field. Alright, perfect means I take another chunk. But here it's just block. And not actually take any. Ooh, okay, so Circle is the play. That's a good draw. Basically just have to target Apparition to get rid of Perfect. Imperious Perfect goes bye-bye. Opponent also goes bye-bye. Alright, that's game. And I'm back with Green-White Yorion. So I went a lot better record than I expected with this deck. Going 4-1 was far and away better than I thought I would do. It just turns out that some decks in the format, especially the best of one side of Historic, really fold hard when you are hitting them with repeated removal. And because of the central nature of Collected Company to the format, the way that Collected Company kind of bosses the creature decks in the format, it makes Skyclave a really good card. Skyclave app can really take out a lot of your opponent's permanents because so many of them are having to be 3 or less to work and play well with Collected Company. So overall, I just think, Skyclave Apparition is still a very strong removal spell in this format, just like it is in Standard. and just people are not playing gigantic permanents in such large numbers. Obviously Skyclave Apparition does not hit Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, but still, it's a pretty impressive piece of removal, and you really want to be able to keep it away from your opponent's removal. Make sure you do everything you can to keep Skyclave Apparition on the board. If you can leave up that extra white with Ephemerate, that's definitely something you want to do, and overall, just a very important piece to this deck. As far as changes that I made as I was going through, I noticed that I really needed a mana sink, and just a lot of times my lands were kind of sitting there and not doing anything. So I picked out a couple of great cards from the new set to add at the end of my set of games playing this. So we have Cave of the Frost Dragon, which turns into a 3/4 flying white dragon creature. And this other one, Lair of the Hydra, can get a lot bigger, but it doesn't fly, and no evasion or no trample. So one Lair of the Hydra, one Cave of the Frost Dragon were the big additions after playing the deck for a while. I think Teleportation Circle is really strong, especially being on curve with Skyclave Apparition, and you really want to be able to get those two together because that's just such a ridiculous amount of removal, one every turn that you're taking away from the opponent every time they play it. You're just getting to remove it for no mana cost after you play out those two. So that's a great set of games with green-white Yorion Blink. I had a ton of fun playing the deck. I hope you do too. And that is going to do it for this week's feature. I'm Evil Empire, and this is me signing off.